Hello YouTube, I'm GaChi here, and I'm back with a Beyblade Burst GaTinko review. This time we have Wizard Fafnir.Ratchet.Rise Son. Alright, now we're going to be taking a look around the box. So here we have Wizard Fafnir, the launcher, the text for Wizard Fafnir. Up here we got Kendo Fumia, his user, and in the back we have more information on the parts themselves. It doesn't matter as I'm going to inform you about them, and down here we have a graphic on it fighting Twin Nemesis, it seems. That's very, very peculiar. Here we have the launcher, and this is a light launcher left. And it's better than getting a power launcher because you can take the ripcord off and replace it with the Phoenix winder that came on with Phoenix, which is by far the best ripcord winder. And this launcher is going to be just perfect with this, and it fits perfectly, which is really, really nice. Alright, now we're going to be looking at the driver, Rise. Now this entire Beyblade is focused on spin stealing, and Rise is no exception. Its gimmick is that it can stand, and that also means that it's not free spinning, and it has a tiny tip in the center, which is very disappointing because it loses spin so frequently. Like, you could say it's good because it reduces the spin of the bay itself, meaning you can steal more spin and it has a higher chance of slowing up from the burst. But it also means that in the last crucial seconds of an opposite spin battle, it will cost you the game. Here we have the disc, Ratchet. Now the Ratchet's gimmick is that when it is spinning clockwise, it is free spinning, and when it is spinning anti-clockwise, it gets stuck. It's blocked. And it's good for, again, same spin battles for left spins, making it not lose any spin if the left spin hits the disc. However, if you have a right spin, it's supposed to do a spin. However, I don't see that ever happening because Beyblades don't really attack discs. And even when they do, it's very, very little, and you're not going to gain much from using this disc. Here we have the GaTinko chip, Fafnir, and because this is the first left spin GaTinko chip, it is a basic GaTinko chip. What that means is that it has 4 teeth and 4 teeth only. And it's just like Ace Dragon, and honestly I'm fine with that. As Ace Dragon was the first GaTinko chip, it had 4 teeth only, and this is the first left spin GaTinko chip, and it has 4 teeth only, which is fairly okay as you'll get many different GaTinko chip teeth designs later on. Alright, now we're going to be moving on to the weight, and the weight is called Send, and it has 3 weights on each side, 6 weights in total, and it's the most balanced weight so far, and it's definitely a must-have for any spin-stealing Beyblade, spin equalization Beyblade, and honestly I thought this would come a lot later. However, with the recent use of Zweite Longinus, we can see that there's going to be a lot more different weight designs, with Longinus having one of the most unique ones. So for now, however, this is by far the best weight right now, mainly because of how balanced it is, but it may get overthrown later on. And here we have the base, Wizard. And Wizard is the first GaTinko layer base with a gimmick. And we know it's not the only one, as Dread Bahamut seemingly has burst stoppers, and Zweite Longinus has metal dragons on its layer base. Judgment Joker has those rubber attack points on its base, which are really, really big, and Venom and Erase also may have rubber on them. A lot of rubber Beyblade bases that are going to be coming out soon. However, Fafnir by far has the most rubber on it, as majority of its sides are rubber. From the top you don't really see much rubber, from the sides however you will see rubber. It has rubber Fs primarily, 2 rubber Fs, and 1 just a rubber piece without the F because they probably couldn't fit it on the layer itself. From the side view you can see that it is just filled with rubber, with only one section and another section right here just having barely no rubber on them. It is really good. The rubber covers majority of this layer base, which means it's going to be really good for spin equalization, but it also means that it's not going to be good for same spin battles, and it'll take a lot of recoil damage and burst very easily. Now let's put the Beyblade together and feel how tight it is. Yeah, this thing is very tight for a left spin Beyblade. Probably the tightest left spin Beyblade around. However, its recoil probably sets it back, but that's just Wizard Fafnir stock. Here we have a very good combo for it. It's just very, very simple spin stealing combo. It features double wall bearing. Bearing is good for stamina and spin stealing because it has a bearing in it. It spins for a very, very long time and is a staple for spin equalization combos. The only problem with it is that its spring is very weak, but because of how left spins work, it doesn't really matter. The frame we're going to be using is wall, and that's because of the weight, and also because it can correct the Beyblade itself if it goes off course or gets unbalanced. And yeah, I mean, same with the disc, it's also for the weight. I mean, you could use the GT discs, but they're not good for stabilizing the Beyblade itself. The layer we're going to be using is Fafnir.Ratchet.Rise, and that's because this is the layer that comes with this Beyblade, and we're going to be doing a good combo for it. Putting it together, you can hear that it actually doesn't feel much lighter than the original Beyblade, which is very good, because that means that bearing isn't much of a hindrance on this Beyblade, which means that it's gonna beat Hell Salamander in terms of bursting on bearing, and this thing will burst on bearing less, unless it's against same spin battles, which, you know, it can't survive in same spin battle because of how recoil heavy this Beyblade is. But against the opposite spin, this should easily steal any spin that your opponent has, and just win really, really easily with it. And honestly, if you're gonna try it, I'd say wait for deck format. If you get into finals, try it in deck format, because that's the best way you can find results for it. And if you try it in your starting game, then you're probably, if you lose, you're out of the tournament, which is really, really disappointing. But yeah, if you're gonna try this combo, you should definitely try it in deck format. And that's pretty much it for me, and I'll see you guys later.